Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 8th of August 2021 and the time now is 6:16 a.m. Well, today our topic is if a museum is on fire, a famous painting and a cat, which one will you save? Why? Alright, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, so firstly, for this question, I think I would like to make some assumption. Yeah, and then the first assumption is that yeah, um, uh, a museum is on fire, and then we, of course, we cannot save both of them at the same time, and then successfully. So, yeah, I just want to make it clear we can only save one of it. Otherwise, this topic is meaningless. Yep, and then um, yeah, also I think the other assumptions can be quite flexible. Again, and then before your sharing, you can also make your own assumptions. Yeah, and then for here, I think I am not going to make an assumption that after saving the painting, and uh, I have to return it to the museum for nothing. Yeah, I'm not going to make this assumption. So, for painting here, I can actually take it out and then maybe keep it for my own, and nobody will know. Uh, or I can try to sell it to maybe to the black market, and then to make a profit. Yeah. So in that case, um, I think I will save. Uh, it depends on conditions. I will save the famous painting. If I am kind of um, sure that I can sell it. I can take it out uh, from the museum. Yeah, for this one, for example, uh, um, let's say I am a thief and I'm going to steal something from the museum, and then and when I was doing that, yeah, and then I found that, oh, the museum is on fire. So in that case, my direction is clear. I'm going to steal something, and then I have my plan to get out from the museum without letting other people know. Yeah, even though this may fail, yeah, but in that case, my answer is 100%. I will save the painting, and maybe I won't look at the cat even. Yep, and then yeah, I think in that case, in uh my mind, this painting can can be turned into money, uh, which is in my plan, and then so I will do it uh, without a second thought. And then in another case is that maybe I was just a visitor or someone else who who is just in the museum at that particular time, and then museum is on fire, and then if I am not sure that I can take that painting out successfully, let's say I have to uh, go out from the main entrance, and they will have some, let's say, checkpoints, and then they'll check your body whether you take anything out from the museum. In that case, I think I will not save the painting. I will save the cat. Yeah, because in that case, selling the painting, taking out the painting, and then take it for our own is almost impossible. So in that case, if I'm clear about that, um, or I believe more that I couldn't take it out for my own, and then I think I will save the cat. Yeah, and then um yeah, so this is the first type of assumption that I would like to make and discuss. And then second, yeah, I'm going to ask I'm going to make this assumption a little bit different. Yeah, for the painting, it is the same. There will be two assumptions, which first is that you think you can take it out successfully. Second is you think it is impossible to take it out. Yeah. And then, but for the cat part, I would like to make a little bit change. Yeah, I would like to assume that this cat is your pet, and then you somehow you bring it to the museum, and then the museum is on fire, whether you want to save your cat or to save the famous painting. Yeah, in that case, yeah, if I bring my own cat to the museum, and then, yeah, I think the my thinking process will also be quite similar, but um, I need to really kind of be more sure about whether I can take out the famous painting and then keep it for my own. I mean that for here it need to be more certainty. Otherwise, I would choose to save my cat. I think for here is because the mental cost now is higher than the previous one, the first assumption I made just now. Yeah, because if I fail to take out the painting, I have to return it back, and then I also lose my cat, my love cat. So yeah, the consequences is bad. So I think in the second assumption, unless I am very sure I can take it out, or else I will choose to save my cat.
Sorry,
Hmm.
what is the second assumption?
Oh, the second one is the cat is my cat, is my own cat, is my pet.
Okay.
And
So,
yeah, yeah, and otherwise and for the painting part, yeah, I it depends on whether I think it is impossible to take it out, or it is possible, or it is kind of certain or confident that I can take it out. Yeah. All right. And then yeah, just this is just for these are just my assumption. I have only have two assumptions here and to discuss this topic. And then I also find it that actually for me, I am quite selfish. Yeah, because the painting, I didn't consider something like its value, and then I mean in value, not necessary monetary term, and then it can be something like it is a heritage, and it definitely has its value, uh, which is something like the art's value. And then yeah, I actually didn't think about this because I think I'm quite selfish, and then for the art's value, it do nothing for me. I mean, I couldn't get anything, even though maybe mental benefit, yeah, it will have a little bit, but I think saving a cat will be more. Uh, I will feel better saving a cat if I compare the something like the art's value with the cat, which is alive. Yep. And then for people that choose to save the painting because of considering the heritage, the art's value, and they are not aiming for any returns or profit, I really think they are great. Yeah, they're great, and that was not easy, and maybe they are um, they kind of rational, and they're not they don't have a very high mental cost for not saving the cat. Yeah, so these are uh my thinking, and yeah, I'm curious about what's your choice, and I think you will save the painting for most of the circumstances. Yeah, so how do you think?
Just now you, just now you say you're selfish, but I will let you know the
Mm,
real selfish uh person. Sorry, I miss
okay.
I will let you know how the real
Mm,
selfish person think about this.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not me. Hmm. Okay. And yeah, one thing I realized this is very, very interesting is the word is powerful. Hmm. Uh, okay. I give you a scenario.
Mm,
If
yeah.
this is on fire and let's say uh you go to office,
Mm,
not your office, but it's other people office.
yeah.
And let's say you go to a government department, okay, you go to or you go to bank, okay, which one will you choose? Never mind, we choose the government department first.
Mm, yeah.
You go to government department, and then um, it's yeah, it's on fire, and everyone running out,
Mm, yeah.
and
Mm,
there's a lot of cash in front of you. Will you
mm,
take it? Will you
yes.
steal the will you
Uh,
steal the cash out of the fire?
if I can be sure that I take the fire and I could get out successfully, I mean, I won't like trap in the fire. If I am sure
Mm,
that I will do that.
mm. How about in the bank? Let's say the bank there are a lot of money, right?
Mm, yeah.
Is on fire, and other people running out,
Mm,
and there's a lot of cash. Yeah, maybe a bag. Mm.
mm.
Will you take it out?
Okay, I think just now I want to make one more assumption for the previous one, the government uh, office. For that one, both of the cases, I need to be sure that there will be nobody
Mm.
know that I take it. For example, if there is a CCTV in front of the money, and I think I wouldn't take it. It
Mm.
was so risky.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if nobody will know about that, I think for bank, uh, yeah, I will also take it.
Mm. Okay. Another assumption is okay. Sorry. Another scenario is if some people if some people give you money.
Mm,
Yeah. If once very very wealthy guys give you money and then he asks you to kill somebody,
mm,
the person he wants you to kill is the person you don't recognize.
mm.
Mm. And nobody will know when you kill the person, and they'll give you uh, a big amount of money.
Um, yeah, I think okay, in that case, will I bear the uh, I mean the responsibility? For example, police will start to investigate the case, and
No,
then
the wealthy guys will can promise to you, which is they they'll make the case quick over, so nobody will uh will investigate the case anymore.
Okay, so that case, we need to only consider our mental cost and the money we can get, right?
Mm.
Yeah, for that one, I think, yeah, I think I need to be honest. I will, if the amount of money is, yeah, a, a, a very big to some degree.
Let's say 1 million.
1 million, 1 million. Maybe I won't for 1 million.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So how much money?
Uh, maybe 5 million and more.
Mm. Okay, how about it is in a fire? It's in a fire. And okay, it's in a fire and somebody asks you to kill someone before you
Mm.
leave, and
Yeah.
they'll give you money.
Oh, in that case, to kill someone, he is also in the fire, right?
Mm.
Yeah, but I think in that case, if we don't consider the responsibility, like uh, the risk of being caught by the police or scared about the investigation, these two cases, they are they are quite the same to me. Also, I think it won't make me feel easier or more relief to kill people in the fire.
Mm. But
Yeah.
what if this is in a fire and you can choose to save a person and you can choose not to save a person? And if a if some people if you want to save, you definitely can save. But
Mm,
if you don't want to save, the person definitely will die. Maybe it is
mm,
just a kid, maybe it's just a baby.
yeah.
Okay?
I
Yeah.
mm,
And if somebody asks you not to save the person, and then they'll give you an amount, would you do that?
I think it's same with the uh oh yeah, yeah. For now it's a little bit different because for here it is passive. Um uh, uh, we can also say that if we don't save them, we actually uh kill them indirectly. We also will have some mental cost because we are able to do that and we didn't. But for here, uh, yeah, the mental cost will be lower than to kill someone uh, actively. So I think, yeah, I will also do that, and maybe the money for me to do that will be lower than to kill a person.
Lower than 5 million, is it?
Yeah, lower than that, maybe uh, half of that.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. So so if this topic change change to change to another topic, which is if a museum is on fire,
Mm,
a famous painting and a cat,
mm.
which one would you kill?
Which
Why?
one? Oh,
Uh,
oh, okay. So we changed the word from save to kill, right? Not
yeah.
to save.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I think I still, uh, um, yeah, for that one, I think I will still take into account uh whether which one can whether the painting can make me can make profit for me.
so so everything remain unchanged.
Uh, yes, yes, and I won't do nothing. I mean, at least I will save one. Yeah, I won't like I just go away and don't care about both of them.
But what if under the same topic, if a museum is on fire, a famous painting and a cat, which one would you save? Why? And have you thought about you have to save one? Let's say
Um,
if the famous painting you couldn't save, the cat maybe you can save, maybe you can't. But would you say you definitely will save one? We
mm,
you won't go out you won't go out from the fire uh, with nothing.
oh, you mean that there could have some possibility that I fail to save the one that I want to save.
Not built to yeah, of course they definitely will have they definitely will have some um, uncertainty, right? Because this is in a fire
Mm,
and every second is golden times,
mm, yeah,
right? Mm.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think it depends on whether we think we are confident to successfully do that. Let's say if the cat is in let's say in a room and is stuck there, uh, and then maybe I would need to take more than 1 minute to do that, and I think maybe I won't do that.
Mm.
Yeah, if let's say that is just a 10 second or 20 seconds work, I think I definitely do that. More than that, I maybe I need to uh stop there and thinking to consider whether to save.
Mm. Yeah, what yeah, so here is assume the cat is uh uh, we assume the cat didn't move, right?
Mm,
The cat
yeah,
didn't run, didn't go away.
yeah,
And we need to spend time to catch them,
yeah.
to catch the cat. Okay, what if the question changed to if a museum is on fire, a
Mm,
famous painting, and a kid
yeah.
or a baby, a person, which
Oh.
one will you save and why?
Yeah, I think for in that case, the mental cost become higher to save the
Mm,
baby. Uh, I think we in that scenario, without much time to think, I will save the baby because taking the painting out still have many uncertainty, and even you do that, you still find it difficult to sell it, and maybe you will get caught because I think that is somehow illegal because you still take something out from the museum. So um and also we're afraid that if we fail to do that, and then maybe we bear some uh the legal responsibility, and at the same time you also have to you will have the mental cost not to save the baby, and yeah, the loss is too high, so I think I will save the baby in that case. And for cats, I think I won't. If comparing baby and cat, uh, I will definitely choose baby.
yeah. Okay, what okay, what if the topic changed to if a museum is on fire,
Mm,
there's a baby stuck in the room,
yeah.
will you save them?
Oh, so no other choices, just whether
Mm,
to save the baby.
mm,
Yeah. I think for this one, it goes back to the 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 thing that I said just now. Like, if it is more than 1 minute, maybe I won't. I will save my life. If it is less than half a minute, maybe I think I will go and try to save.
mm,
Yeah, in between 30 seconds to 1 minute, I will maybe consider for 3 to 5 seconds before I go.
mm, yeah. But if the question changed to if a museum is on fire
Yeah.
and yeah, there's a door, you just need to open the door and then you just need to walk inside and then and then take a baby and then uh comes out of the door,
Yeah.
and it will take you around 1 minute.
Mm.
And if you don't save the baby, it will die. You actually will
Mm.
kill the baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what is your choice?
Within 1 minute, actually, yeah, I think
It's around 1 minute.
around 1 minute. Uh, around 1 minute. Okay, so we assume that we can see the baby already, but it has some distance, right? Between the
Uh,
baby and us, and then
okay. Uh, you can hear the baby is crying, and then you know the crying is from a door.
mm,
It's come from a room, and so that means because the crying is loud, so that otherwise you can't hear. So that means you just need to open the door,
mm,
and then you definitely can see the baby because it's
yeah,
crying.
okay,
And
got
then
it.
you just need to take out and then go out the rooms. But maybe it will take around 1 minute because mm, yeah, this is an estimation.
Um, okay, I think if I see the fire is quite big already, and maybe I try like uh um going to trying to save, and then if I spend more than 30 seconds, maybe I'll give up and save myself.
Mm.
So my action will something like I maybe run to that direction, and I found that it's running out of time. I gave up. I go back.
Mm. Yeah, actually, one principle is if you describe the scenario, describe the danger
Mm,
into detail, and if you change the words of save to kill, then
yeah.
people will try to avoid the to quote unquote to kill the persons or to kill somebody, kill the animals and try to save them.
Mm,
Yeah, if if you describe the scenario is in a very, very simple, no detail, no descriptions, and you use the words of save, will
mm,
you save? People will say, "Hey, if I don't save, it's nothing." Mm, yeah, so in this case, it will reduce your mental cost.
mm,
This is how the words affect our thinking, affect our
mm,
thoughts,
yeah.
and affect our decision. And okay, have you noticed that one of the cases, if you don't save the if you don't save the person, let's say it's a baby or kid,
Mm,
and somebody will give you a lot of money. You say, let's say you accept the deal
mm,
when it's around 2.5 million.
yeah.
Yeah, this is estimation.
Mm,
But in the last scenario, which is you can choose to save baby or not save baby. If you don't save baby, you can quickly go out from the fire
mm,
and you can save your life. And if you save the baby, maybe you die. Maybe you can successfully save the baby,
mm,
and it may take around 1 minute, or maybe you say within within 30 seconds.
mm,
Within 30 seconds, you're safe. So within 30 seconds, you're safe, but 30 to 60 seconds. So we say the above 30 seconds,
mm,
you may not save the baby.
yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen any relationship between these two cases?
Um. Okay. The first is that I was paid and then not to save the baby, right?
Mm,
And the second is not involve money, and then just uh my life, uh I risk my life to save the baby.
mm. Okay, so let me sort out the logic here
Mm.
and change the word. You will kill the baby for whatever reason. If the saving time take more than 1 minute,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is something you'll do based on based on your explanation.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and for the later for the sorry for the former, which is
Mm.
some you'll be you're paid and you'll kill the baby or the kids when the person give you money.
Mm.
Yeah, and maybe you also will consider the time. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So okay, let's say because more than 1 minute and you worry about you will die in the fire.
Mm.
So maybe in if you are paid maybe more than 1 minute, you also won't take the deal. But
Yeah.
maybe or maybe you are willing to take some risk. So maybe from 1 minute increase to one 1 minute 30 seconds or 2 minutes. Because this is 2.5 million,
Yeah.
you may willing to take some risk. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, but how about we look but what but what we want to do is we look at the time. We look at the times above 30 seconds and
Yeah.
within 1 minute. Yeah. Because uh you say within 30 seconds you definitely will save the baby no
Mm.
matter you will be paid or not.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, right. Okay. And 30 to 60 seconds, 30 to 60 seconds, you may save or you may not save.
Mm. Yeah.
This also means you may kill or you may not kill.
Mm.
Mm. And if somebody pays you some money on top of that, could the amount lower than 2.5 million?
Okay. So it means that less than 30 seconds, and then amount.
Okay. More than 30 seconds, less than
Oh,
1 minute.
less than 1 minute. Uh, I think that it's the same. I won't. If
You
it's
won't see.
less than 2.5, right? You say less than 2.5
Oh
million.
yes. Sorry. Let me be clear first.
Mm.
Just now I make some confusions. Yeah, because in the former cases, if somebody pay us an amount of money,
Yeah.
and it could be a big amount of money,
Mm.
and they want us to not save the baby, it's not safe. Yeah, not
Okay.
save the baby. So we just directly leave the buyer,
Mm.
and the baby will die, or the
Mm.
kid will die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll give us some money.
Mm.
Okay, so this means we can directly go out on the fire,
Yeah.
and there's no something risk taking here
Mm.
because we
Yeah.
directly go out on fire.
Yeah.
So nothing related for the like 1 minute or 1.5 minute or 2 minutes. Yeah, nothing related to that.
Mm.
Okay, and we can directly go out from the fire.
Mm.
Okay, and the later case is nobody will pay you, and there's a baby. Will
Mm.
you choose to save baby? Okay, and less than 30 seconds, you say you definitely will save,
Yeah.
but 30 to 1 minute, you may consider, and above 1 minute, you may also the possibility of saving the baby will become lower.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. So how to link these two cases together is yeah. So if the time now become 30 to 60 seconds, so
Mm.
30 seconds to 1 minute,
Yeah.
you may choose. You may able to save the baby,
Okay.
and you also may fail to save the baby
Mm.
because the answer because the explanations of your later case is 30 seconds to 1 minute you consider, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, if we put the assumptions to the former case, yeah. So how much are you willing to take a deal which is not save the baby or kill the baby and leave the fire?
Oh, I see the point.
Mm,
Yeah. Because for now, it is not sure whether if we want to save and then that will be successful, right?
mm,
And then also someone pay us money, tell us not to save. And at that time, maybe in our mind, we will think like, even if we want to save, it is not something certain. It was quite uh, also challenging or what. And
mm,
then not to save, and then we will save our life, and at the same time, bonus get money.
mm.
Um, yeah, I think yes. Less than 2.5 will.
How
Uh,
much?
how much? Yeah, maybe to 1 million.
Okay, how about I give you, I just give you 100 ringgit. Will you do that?
100. 100. I won't. Yeah, I won't. I will try. And then maybe I try. Let's say 30 second above, maybe until 40, 50. And if still cannot, I will give up. So I won't consider money at all. 100.
Mm. Okay, so can you see how your mind change? Okay, if there's no people pay you money
Mm.
and you may not save the baby because you're only concerned about your life. But if some
Mm.
people pay you money and then you try you try not to accept the money if the money is so little and you will save the baby.
Mm.
You and you try to save the baby because indirect um uh because uh because you know if you not save the baby you kill them and somebody offer you a money, so that means the person want to kill the persons the
Mm.
sorry there's one person want to kill the baby or the kid,
Yeah.
so you want to avoid it
Mm.
happens, and then you want to avoid you becomes one of the killer, so you choose to save the baby.
Mm. Yes.
Mm,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. And how about above how about above 1 minute? Yeah,
Ah,
if some people want you to kill the baby, not save the don't save the baby.
yeah. I won't. I won't save because it was too risky for me.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
for even for 100, and yeah, if you give me, I just take it because because in my mind, if somebody uh if nobody want to give me money, I also do not save the will not save the baby. Too risky.
Mm, yeah. Mm. But could it have the case that it will affect your decision? Actually, it could, right? Because like in the 30 seconds to one
Mm,
minute, it can affect your decision. So
mm,
the same logic can apply actually.
yeah, yeah. I think it can affect, but still not to the point that I will save.
Yeah, yeah. I know. Because one cross the threshold, and then you definitely would you choose to go out from fire. Yeah,
Mm,
one cross the
yeah.
threshold, but if the time is still acceptable, you still may able to save the baby.
Yeah.
So there's not the probability of successfully saving the baby is still maybe above 50. And also the probability of die in a fire is low. Yeah. So all of these factors will affect your decision. And once you put in the money, and your decision may change. And do you know, actually there's one study which is about how monetary incentive built to motivate people. It's like a story. I'm not sure whether the story is true or false. Okay. But a lot of scientists did a similar research and also found that also draw the same conclusion, which is okay. The story is like this. There's a lot of kids comes to your gardens and play basketball, and this is your place.
Yeah.
And although this is an open field, but they can come in easily. Okay. And they come to a place and play the basketball, play the football. Yeah. So it makes some noise, and you don't want germs comes to your garden because maybe you worry about they break some things, or and also the noise.
Yeah.
It disturb you, so you want to ask them leave. But if you try to ask them leave, they don't want, and they keep coming. And what you can do is you say, yeah, I love kids. Yeah, thanks you guys for coming here and play. So make me feel less bored. So let's say you give them a candy, or you give them like one ringgit each person, and then the second day you also give like you increase the deal. And the first day they feel very happy, and then the next day they will ask more people comes here. Ask more people, or maybe they'll try to play louder if you ask them to do that. You can ask them to play louder because you don't want to be bored. You can say something like this. So play as hard as possible as you can. So the next day they'll play even harder. They'll try to play even harder. And then you give them money. You give them like 2 ringgit or 1.5 ringgits. Yeah. And then the third day, you also repeat. And maybe after some days, you say, I have no money to give you. And then the kids will leave. They won't come to your place next day. They'll say, if you don't pay us money, then we won't play in your we won't play in your garden anymore. Something like that. So this is how money build to incentive, build to motivate somebody. So this theory actually is very similar to what we discussed just now. Have a little bit relationship. Okay, and also I would like to tell you another thing, which is even less than 30 seconds. Many people will not choose to save a baby.
Okay. Yeah, so it means that it can also be accepted, right? Because we're risking our life.
Less than 30 seconds, nobody pay you money, and most I cannot say most of people, maybe half of the people, or maybe one quarter of the people won't choose to save the baby. If the baby stuck in the rooms, they'll care about themselves first. This is a real selfish. And what if somebody willing to pay you the money, and you will have two different behavior. Maybe for women, because they have the empathy, they have higher empathy than the males. And they will not choose. They will not choose they'll choose not to take the offer and save the baby.
Yeah,
Initially,
but previously they won't, right?
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And
Yeah.
for male, maybe some of the male they'll also save the baby. But
Yes.
some but definitely they'll have some people willing to take the bill. Yeah, willing to take the deal. But the amount is not okay, the amount may not that high actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you mean the
Okay.
amount of people, right?
So I means the amount that the killer need to pay you will not that high.
Okay. Okay, my understanding is, let's say, if you ask many people and 10 people say that they won't spend like 30 seconds or even 10 seconds, 5 seconds to save the baby. They will just save their life. And then you ask these 10 people, if somebody give them money, but the money is very, very little, will they
Maybe
what
100, maybe 200.
yeah, and then what will be their decision?
Yeah.
And after that,
But
maybe only 5% choose not to accept the deal, and then not to save, and
yeah,
then the other 5 people actually change their mind, right? They
yeah.
save the baby.
And what they think in their mind is actually they think, wow, you want to use you want to use 100, want to
Yeah.
use 100 or 200 ringgits to kill a baby, to ask me kill a baby, something like that. And they'll
Yeah.
say, no, I refuse to do that because I'm not that kind of person. I wouldn't accept 100 or 200 ringgits to kill a baby.
Yeah.
So they'll save the baby.
Mm.
Yeah. And it actually, because this is your threshold, let's say the threshold for some people is 30 seconds and the threshold for you is 60 seconds. So if your threshold is 60 seconds, or some people threshold is 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it depends on them, how they judge the fire, how they judge the case.
Yeah.
And within the threshold, and it's more effective when the time is near to the threshold, and it leads to have the have the 犹豫. Yeah, means that you don't know whether you want to save the baby or not, because you may risk your life. And when the time close to the threshold, and if somebody give you money, try to incentivize you, and it may change your decisions.
Yeah.
It may raise your justice. Yeah. From your inner. Yeah. So this is how money affects us.
Yeah.
In one way. And what if some people give you 1 million? I think most of people willing to accept. Yeah, even maybe less than 1 million. So maybe some people just give you 10K. Yeah, and you may also accept.
Yeah.
And because when it's close to the threshold, and you say, yeah, if I choose to save the baby, maybe I couldn't save. And if I leave without saving a baby, I can have a bonus. And the amount is not as you imagine, 1 million, 2 million. Actually, the amount will be very, very low compared to our expectation. Yeah, of course, if I ask you, yeah, you know why? You know why your threshold? Sorry, you know why your expectation is 1 million? Because at the beginning I asked you to kill a person and you say 5 million, and then I say, yeah, it's in the fire. Yeah, and it's a baby or kids, and you choose, and the amount definitely will cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you say you choose half. You choose half the amount and 2.5 million, and then after that I make the situation more favorable to you.
Yeah.
And make you to have less mental cost, and you keep reduce the amount, but because inside your mind you keep thinking that you are killing a person, so your amount until some point, which is 1 million, then it wouldn't go down anymore.
Yeah.
But in reality, we don't think we are killing a person. We actually thinking we're not saving a person, or we actually say we are saving our life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we are saving your life, we are killing the baby. Yeah, nothing different.
Yep.
So you just change the words. You just change the sentence, and this can affect your thoughts. Yeah, and yeah, and this is about the amount. Yeah, and okay, and okay, okay, let me repeat. And the amount will not be that high as we expect, and we actually would take the deals. Okay, but this one part. Another part is, how about the mental cost? If you leave the fire, you don't save the baby.
Yeah.
Maybe you won't have the mental cost, or you have little mental cost because you say, yeah, it's in a fire. Everyone need to protect themselves first. The baby couldn't get saved. It's not my responsibility. You see, there are so many people, they also didn't save the baby. And how about their parents? Why their parents leave the baby in the room? So you can have many ways to rationalize your behavior.
Yeah.
So that your mental cost will be little. But once you take the deal, once you take the amount of money, no matter it's 100, no matter it's 200, 10K, 100K, 1 million, and inside your mind you'll think like this: I'm killing the persons, I'm killing the people.
Yeah.
For money reason. Yeah. And I know maybe if I choose to save the baby, I still couldn't save the baby. Yeah. And but definitely your mental cost will increase.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though you know, if you want to choose to save the baby, they'll have some risk and they'll have some probability that you couldn't save the baby. But even like this, your mental cost will be much higher than that. It also depends how much money you accept. The higher the money accept, the higher the mental cost will have. This is one of the things. Okay. And the second is, how about if some people give you money? Yeah, if some people, okay, there's two cases. If some people claims to give you money and then you don't save the baby, you go out to fire and then he say, oh, I didn't say to you, I didn't say anything to you. So how about the mental cost at that time? It's actually higher.
Yeah.
It's actually higher. Yeah. Okay, this is a case. And another case is, okay, inside the fire, they give you money and then you don't accept. And then you try to save the baby, but eventually you couldn't save the baby. How about the mental cost? It will have the mental cost. Yeah, but it is much lesser than the case we discussed earlier. Okay, but what if the case is nobody want to pay you money and you choose to save the baby? Remember the case you say, yeah, if this is like more than 1 minute, you won't save the baby. Okay, if this is like 30 seconds to 60 seconds, and you try to save the baby, and you couldn't save, and you just go out from fire.
Yep.
And at this time, what you feel? You actually feel, yeah, I have tried my best.
Yeah, lower mental cost.
or actually maybe zero.
Mm.
Maybe you have some mental benefits because you're acting good. You try to save the baby.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe because of God don't want me to save the baby. I couldn't save the baby eventually.
Mm. Yeah.
And inside your mind, do you think really you have the mental cost? Most likely you won't.
Yeah.
Most likely you won't. But how about the case when some people willing to pay you money and you say you refuse, and then you try to save the baby, but you fail to save the baby? Do you have some mental cost?
I think paid me. Still no, right? Because I also try it and I refuse your offer already.
But the key point is you are you have killed the baby. And the former case is you didn't save the baby. Yeah. This is a key point. And one another key point is the intention of the killer have been success. So the killer get what they want.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And actually this is a main point. This is a main point why you have the mental cost.
Yeah, I think I got it, but just in my maybe it's the bias in my interpretation.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we keep compare these two things, and you know, you actually know these two things is the same. Safe and not safe and kill is the same. So when we are doing analysis here, you definitely will try to make them make them consistent, make them indifferent. But
Yeah.
actually it's not. Yeah. And I can give you many examples. For example, like teeth.
Yeah.
For example, the let's say the thieves running from you, So and you can choose to catch them, but you didn't because maybe at that time you're scared or something like that.
Yeah.
And will you have the mental cost? Maybe no. But what if some people ask you to catch the thief and you fail to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you will have the mental cost.
Yes. Yeah.
So this is actually the same, you know. Yeah, they actually are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So the conclusion here is first, the voting is very, very powerful. It can affect our thinking.
Yeah.
And the second is the money incentive can affect our thinking. Yeah. And if the topic changes to, if a museum is on fire, a famous painting and the baby, which one will you save? Most of people will save the baby. But if the topic is just, if a museum is on fire, a baby is stuck in the room, would you try to save? And you may try to analyze, maybe I won't save. I'll try to protect myself first or something like
Yeah.
that. But if some people give you only two choices, coffee or tea, and you either choose one. And this is another psychology, right? And I think
Yep.
you know this, and you know this small trick, right? Coffee or tea, this trick. But if you change the things, most of people still won't notice that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just know how to use the trick on the beverage, on the food, order. But they didn't think but they didn't think in deep. It can affect their decision. Mm,
Yeah.
mm, yeah. Okay, so for me, if I want to be honest to myself,
Mm.
I won't save I won't save the painting, and I also won't save the cat. I will protect myself first.
Mm.
Thi- Uh, this this is this is a decision I make. Sorry. Uh, the reason I'll say this is I try to put myself in the fire, and what will I do? And properly, I will just leave the fire as quickly as possible. I won't try to save some people. I also won't try to save cat, because in my eyes, in my eyes, there's there's only an exit. There's only a door which exits the rooms or exits the house.
Mm.
Nothing else. Yeah, no cats, no painting.
Mm.
Yeah, in my eyes.
Yeah, it's something like your objective is very clear, right?
Mm,
And other than that, that was not the primary. That was not the priority, right?
mm, yeah, and this is how, and this actually most of people act. Yeah, and maybe it is not what they say, but it is what they act. Mm.
Mm. Yeah.
And one of the principle is see what they do, what not what they say.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
And,
you
mm.
and actually something need to make clear is, okay, if this is in a fire, and you try to okay, is this in a bank, and is in a fire,
Mm.
and you take you take some money, you take some cash out of the fire. If you'll be noticed, and sorry, I mean, if the CCTV have record down you,
Mm.
you have the responsibility. You need to bear the responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not only in the bank or not only in the government departments. It apply to anywhere. It apply to anywhere.
Mm.
Maybe it is somebody house is in a fire,
Yeah.
and you see it's in a fire, so everybody running out, and then you're running in to get something, and then you running out. This is illegal activities actually.
Yeah, we have a Chinese proverbs, right? 趁火打劫.
Yeah. Right. Mm. And actually, the law is restrict you to do that. You couldn't do that. If you did this, that means you violate the law.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it actually same. If you try to get the painting out of the fire, you also uh 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 you also violate the law.
Mm.
And also uh actually the museum owner or the boss, uh the museum want to be successful. The boss, the manager, or
Mm.
the owner need to recognize a lot of people. And art is actually the most circle, is more cycle. Sorry, I mean, the art is a small circle, circle, and this is something like a small community. And inside the community, everyone knows each other. Yeah.
Mm.
And if this is a really, really famous art,
Yeah.
famous painting, let's say the Da Vinci, the tear of the Mona Lisa,
Mm.
and how can you sell it without
Yeah.
without other people notice?
Mm. Yep.
Yeah. So
Because they need some how to say specialist, right? Or
yeah, to
to
verify
yeah.
the real art.
Mm.
And you can't cheat them. And the museums will like publish newspaper or maybe the online. Yeah, one of our art missing in a
Yeah.
fire. Um, mm.
Yeah.
And you know, uh, the fire, okay, this one I'm not sure. But I think there's high probability fire won't destroy the art.
Yes.
Maybe they have some cover, they have some protections.
Yeah.
So the fire couldn't destroy the art. Yeah, otherwise you see the arts already last long for how many years? 100 years. Yeah. And
Yeah.
they
I also.
they must have some accidents between these periods, but it still lasts. The art still lasts because people know the value and people know the risk, so they protect the art.
Yeah. Yeah. I also saw this from the internet. They say something like famous paintings. They even have the protection, which is the bulletproof. Even you want to break them, you can't.
Yeah. But this is not the main main reason, because maybe some of the art is still famous, but it's not the it's not the top art. Yeah, so it still can sell the money. Okay, the reason here is what I mentioned just now. It is in a small circle, and if you want to sell, where you going to sell? Are you going to sell in the local, or are you going to go abroad and sell the arts to somebody else? Yeah, if you try to sell in local, the museum owner probably know who are you. Yeah, so if you want to say, you won't have this, you won't need you won't be caught. It's actually I couldn't say impossible, but it is but the probability is very, very low. Yeah, and you'll be noticed.
Yeah. The difficulty to sell really high.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, even
And
higher
also,
than the gold, right? If you hold a gold bar, maybe you still can sell in the black market. They still can somehow verify the genuinity of the gold. But for painting, yeah, like you said, it is more a specialized thing, and they need those professionals to identify.
and the museum owner can contact all the person they know, and the person they know will contact the persons they know. So by applying the 6 degrees of separation theory, and in the small community, in a small circle, everyone will know there's an art missing. So if you take the arts, the real arts, go to the specialist, and they'll ask you to wait, and then suddenly you see police comes to you. Yeah. You can see the screen in movie. Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah, and unless the people involved also want to take the risk. For example, if the arts can sell 10 million, and then let's say there are 5 people involved, including the buyer, and then yeah, maybe after you sell this art, and then you need to maybe give offer to the buyer, and then you need to give your return to the person involved inside.
Okay, it's actually very difficult, because if you want to report somebody, it's easier to cooperate with them. And if you can get money by reporting somebody, it's the best choice for you. You get what I mean? Yeah. So the museum owner is not a fool. They will offer they'll offer an amount. Maybe let's say they know the art worth 10 million, and what if they offer 500K? Yeah, not even need a million. They just need to pay 500K.
Yeah.
And the people will not cooperate with you because they can take the 500K very, very safe.
Yeah,
Safely.
without
Yeah.
bearing the responsibility, right?
Yeah, and also without taking risk. This is a free money.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is how they work. This is about the game theory. Yeah. So yeah, for me, probably I won't save anyone. Yeah, the painting and also the cat. For the painting, is actually I know that this is improbable for me to gain advantage from it. Yeah, and try to imagine you bring a big painting out of the fire. Everybody see, yeah, everybody looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's improbable. So for me, I definitely won't choose to save the painting. And about the cat, uh, maybe I will say, yeah, if the cat is just in front of me,
Yeah.
maybe I'll take the cat and then go out. Uh,
Mm.
but most likely, I also won't save the cat.
How about your cat?
My cat, I sure would try to save my cat. Yeah, even though I know I spend a lot of sunk cost in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though the cat died. Yeah, and all the money I spend in cannot recover.
Yeah.
And even though if the cat was saved, all the money I spend into also cannot recover.
Yes.
But yeah, but we know because we are humans, we are not fully rational. We can accept that. And also, it's your cat. If you try to analyze by using cost benefits framework, if you save the cat and you your mental cost can you can avoid the mental cost because if your dead if your cat dead so if your cat died and you feel sad.
Yeah.
mm, yeah, so if you try to save the cat save your cat and you will avoid the mental cost if you successfully save your cat. So yeah, if this is your cat, you definitely will save it.
Yeah.
Just like if this is your kid, your baby, you definitely will also try to save it.
Yeah.
And if this is your baby, if this is your kid, and you may not even bother about the 1 minute, the 2 minutes law, the 1 minute, 2 minute threshold. You try to save it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yep. And then suddenly I have a one scenario for you. Yeah, you may do it quick. For example, let's say you one day you read the newspaper, and you saw that there is a guy, and then they save he saved a painting, and then he returned it to the museum, and the museum reward him a particular amount of money, which is quite a lot. Yeah, and then after you read it, and then one another day you are in the museum, it's on fire. Yeah, and then the painting and the cat, which one will you choose? Because for this one, you are quite sure that you do the same thing. Maybe yes, maybe no, but there are somebody did that. Did somebody get rewarded for doing that? So, what's your decision for that?
I will choose a painting. Yeah, because in this case, you you actually assume that the painting don't have any protection, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Otherwise, how can you take it out?
yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah. But yeah. But if this is the assumptions, yeah, definitely we'll say painting. But can but if the painting without protections, how much the value it is, how much the museum willing to pay you.
Mm.
Mm.
How about someone asks you, okay, so forget about the reward, and then yeah, how about if we just talk about the painting? I want to test whether the concept you gave just now will works here. Someone asked us not to save the painting, and the painting maybe can be saved less than 3 seconds. You just have to grab it, and then go out. Someone give you like 100 not to take the painting, let it burn. Yeah, will we change our decision in this case?
In this case, I think, okay, I think it involves another study, which is if some people give you, let's say, $200, no matter it's ringgit or dollar, okay,
Yeah.
if somebody give you $200 right now, or give you 400 1 week later, which one will you choose?
I would choose right now, more certain.
Okay, there's a study which is the poor people will choose to take something in front of them, will choose to take 200.
Yeah.
Choose to take 200 because they may worry about they couldn't get the 400s.
Yes.
Yeah, even though you promise them, you definitely will come back and give them 400s. Or even though you say I give uh I I I have some mechanisms to prove that I definitely will give you
Yeah.
hundreds
Black
one
and white
later.
document.
Yeah. But the poor still will take the 200s. One reason is they really need the money. They have no time to wait. They need the money to buy food and pay the renter, all that. And the rich people would choose to take 400 1 week later because they already have a lot of money. They don't mind.
Yeah.
They don't mind if they didn't take 200s. And if 1 week later you really come back and pay them 400, they'll be happy.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is one study, and actually this is related to the uncertainty. And for poor people, actually they need to take more risk. They need to deal with the uncertainty so they can become rich. But poor people normally they won't take the risk. And rich people, no matter they take risk or not take risk, they already rich. They already rich. Yeah, of course, if the money is a lot, they also will consider not to take risk.
Okay, I think for this one, maybe it is not in all case, right? All cases. For example, the poor may be willing to do some very risky jobs and then to earn the profit, but for the poor, maybe they choose not to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay, this is something like risking your money. And you say doing a risky job. Yeah, I think it also can apply. It also can apply. For example,
Yeah.
you have a lot of children. You have a lot of children, and you need to feed them. And at this current moment, you are able to feed them. Yeah, please bear in mind because this uncertainty is something that you need to compare certainty and with uncertainty. You cannot say if now I have a lot of kids and then I couldn't feed them already. So I definitely need to take some risk to earn some money so that I can feed them. Yeah. The key here is at this current moment, we are able to feed them. For example, now I give you a choice. Sorry, I give you a scenario. You have a house and you need to pay the mortgage every month, and the mortgage takes half of your salary. Yeah. So now you found the job that you're passionate, but you're not sure how much money you will get. The salary may be low. Yeah. And we choose to take the bill. We choose to take the deal. Most likely you won't.
Yeah.
And you'll be restricted by the mortgage. Yeah, this is about the uncertainty, how they work. And how about if, let's say, there's two jobs, and also you own a house, you have a lot, you need to pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
And now there's another job which is higher risk and higher payoff. Maybe it's a sales related job. Will you choose to do that? Maybe you won't. Because you worry about if you choose to do the self-related job, what if you didn't earn enough money to pay the mortgage? House will lose. So yeah, this is the how money affect us. Yeah, one side, you have the burdens. You have the burden just like the poor. They have the burdens. So the burdens will restrict you to take more risk. Yeah, and rich people, they have less burden.
Yeah.
So they are more willing to take risk. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So just now your question is sorry, I forget your questions. Is something like the painting and somebody give you not to
save the painting.
And not to save the painting. And also they'll give you some money. And if you save the painting, you may get some money. May get some money, or you may
this person may or may not give you money.
What?
Okay, because sometimes previously we have one assumption is that somebody asks you not to save the baby, and then he give you money, right? And then because the money they give us maybe is not a lot, maybe it's like 200, and then previously our original choice maybe save our life first, not to save the baby. But if somebody do that, offer you 200, maybe you will consider like if it is less than 10 seconds or 5 seconds, you will save, because I don't want to accept money and then to kill the baby in some interpretation, right? And how about we change the baby to painting? I mean,
okay, it actually depends how you know the art. If you are, let's say you are a historian, or you are an art lover, so you not so you know how much value the art was, and also how difficult to get the art, and how how precious the art is. So if under this scenario, definitely you still want to protect your life first. But at this case, if the time is near, if the timing of saving the art is near your threshold, and the people now offer you some money, and this is a very, very little money, and ask you to save the art, and ask you to not save the art, and it may change your decisions. Yeah, because why we use baby, why we use kid? Because in human culture, I don't know whether it applies to alien culture, but in human culture, every people in the world know that life is precious.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe they more or less will hurt about these terms that life is precious. Yeah, you couldn't kill somebody you couldn't kill somebody simply.
Yeah. Yep.
So we all know life is precious. Yeah, so this is already like something like the code insert to our mind. So that we know this is precious, and if somebody wants to give us a little money, very, very little money, to exchange this precious thing,
Yeah.
we will refuse to do that. This is the core concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for example, like the car, yeah, because you know about the car, if there's a BMW inside the fire, and you can choose to save the BMW. Yeah. And if somebody now offer you 100 or 200, not save the BMW.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will you take it? Maybe yes, maybe no. And also, the thing here is, if we don't save something that can reproduce very easily, to manufacture easily. For example, like the car, maybe like the food. Maybe something can manufacture by the factory again. We won't care it much.
Yep.
If this is like the arts, the collections, this is something valuable and cannot be replaced easily, cannot be produced easily. Then this kind of thing will have so you see the concept well applied in this kind of non-living thing.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Okay, so that's all for our today conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversations. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocal mistake that we made, please also comment to let us know. Because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like, subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.